Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dan Rosseth. Thank you for tuning in if this is your first time. I love you. Today is another interactive session on my YouTube channel and I'm excited. So the topic is, what was that difficult situation that was scary and how did it change you? And I got a lot of answers, so I'm just going to go through it. So for the first one is childbirth. It made me understand loving another unconditionally the more. Oh, I haven't experienced, giving birth to another human being, but I'm excited and I can't wait for that to happen. I just feel like, I love kids already, so I'm always like, oh, and I see cute kids, so I'm excited and I can't wait for that. But I understand what you mean by it made you understand and love more unconditionally. Second person say, well, I would say mine is still scary, but I'm hopeful because I'm relocating. Oh, yeah. I feel you. So I feel like me too. One of the things I found really scary was when I was moving from Kaduna to Lagos. Lagos is the madness. You can say you want to go out and you don't want to meet traffic. Possible. Or you say you want to go out, you don't even want to insult anybody. It's not possible. That driver wants somebody. Shall we annoy you? Immediately you step out of your house. So yeah, Lagos is like crazy, and the hustle bustle of Lagos and all that, but still a good city because I know you are moving from PH to Lagos. So yeah. But anyways, that's fine. Okay, so the second one is, I'm scared to address a crowd. Now I can do it confidently because I told myself it's just a challenge, and that's very good. We all still have like our fears, our insecurities, and when you know it and then you own it and then you try to face it, I think that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of growth. That's the beauty of learning, and that's the beauty of you facing your fears and hitting it on the head. So thumbs up to you. Okay, another thing that changed was the third one is the protest. It totally changed my whole perspective towards life. I feel you. I feel like there was just a lot of things, like not just the protest. 2020 just came with entirely a whole lot of things, from COVID to the protest to after the protest. And yeah, it will change your perspective about life. I certainly knew the plans I had, and until 2020 happened, I know I just started developing much more plans, and I'm like, okay, this is what I thought I would do before, but now it just changed your perspective about how you viewed life, how you saw certain things, and it was a reflective period, and yeah, grateful to God for all of it. Somebody said going into labor, but now I appreciate it more because it's not easy. And I won't say I understand, but honestly I don't understand. But me too, I'm like dreading that in my head. I'm like, just like, God, so you mean another human is gonna pop out of my vagina? Yeah, but okay. So I understand you. I know it's not easy. I've watched videos and everything, and they say no matter how you prepare your mind, you will never really be ready because the pain is not as much as you will keep reading. It's much worse. I hope it's just like, some people too go say they don't even have anything, they just go and they come out. So who knows? I could be that lucky. So another situation that changed how someone's life is when my best friend almost messed up with my man. Girl, I'm sorry that I'm sorry about that. Sorry that happened, but at least you learned and now you know better, I guess. And I'm sure your best friend too knows better now. So sorry about the situation. So another one is, losing my mom was indeed scary and difficult for me, but the situation changed me. And I'm hoping it changed you in a not negative way, but in positive way. Because I understand what you said. I understand what it means to lose someone you love and how you get to grow up on time, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, how you have to grow up, how you have to learn about life very young and learn about people in general. So yeah, I understand you, but yeah. So the next one is being bullied at work because I am not from Yoruba tribe. I resigned. In this 21st century, I don't want to. I'm finding it hard to believe that people are still tribalist. Be tribalistic, whichever the English is. Edakun. So because I'm not from Yoruba, I'm not from Hausa, I'm not from Igbo, like how? I feel like we need to actually unlearn certain things. Like when we complain about having a better Nigeria, I think we actually have to start with ourselves, because the problem and the issue is us. You know, we make Nigeria. Nigeria is not made just because of the name. The people make Nigeria what it is. So if you want your country to be better, if you feel like there's something wrong with your country, you have to start from yourself before you even go to even the government officials. I'm not saying anything about that, but you have to actually change yourself. So you have to change your thinking, because how do you bully another fellow human being because they are not from a particular tribe or religion or whatever? No. When you deal with people, when you talk to them because of who they are, like they themselves, without you thinking about their religion, their tribe. You are dealing with that person because this is who this person is. So if you are giving a job to a person, let it be because that person actually worked hard for it, that person actually studied, that person is actually qualified, and not because you think the person is not from your tribe. I feel like when we do these things, like the world will be a better place, and the world could be a better place with just you and I actually understanding certain things, that there's more to life than tribe, religions, fight and everything. We are humans. Before anything, first we are humans, and that's, I think, the most important. When see judgment day, when God comes or anything like that, when you go and stand before him, you don't stand and start saying you are either Yoruba or Igbo. Like, no, he is going to judge you by your name, like just your name, like who are you? Okay, this is what you did. So I don't understand why we have to always make things about tribe, religion. Sometimes it's just like we are not growing. I mean, we are not growing, so we need to learn. I just decided to just put that out there. And my darling, so you being bullied at work, it's not your fault. It's honestly just a failed system, and if failed, should I say, we need reorientation and everything. And I pray to God that you get a new job. And you know, sometimes I feel like it's good when we stand our ground, you get me. Normally I would always be like, you know, love and peace, love and light. You know, sometimes you give them the indaboski, you just give them small, you know, stand your ground. But regardless, I know you do amazing. I know that you will get open doors. I know that, you know, people will turn out for you. People want to hire you because you are whatever tribe you are, and they will hire you because you are you and you are unique. Oh my gosh, so this is it. I found out my father isn't my biological father after 20 years of existence. Deep down, I'm confused and I haven't gotten out of the shock. Honestly, Diane, I don't know how to react. I just want to act like everything is fine. You find out that your biological father isn't your father. Okay, to be honest, I don't understand how you feel, but I think I can understand a little tiny bit. What I feel is, if your dad has been an awesome dad, if he has been there for you, if he has, you know, been that father figure in your life and has done everything necessary that you think your biological father should have done or could have done, then sometimes these things don't really, I get you want to know who your biological father is. I feel like I would want to also know. And yeah, it's good, you could also want to know, but it doesn't make him less of your father. Do you get me? Because he has been there every step of the way, and I'm sure he has loved you. He has, you know, been there for you. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't just share your DNA, whatever, genes and all of that stuff. You get me? That's just it. So being a parent, being a father, being a mother is more than just passing your genes or your, you know, all of those things to a child. It's, are you there for that child? Do you understand this child? Have you been more than just a father? Have you been a friend? Have you trained this person in a way that you would be proud of, or you'll be proud of this person? Do you understand everything that this child faces? I feel like that's, you know, that's what being a father is. And it's more than just, so I have so many fathers, mothers, and these are people that didn't give birth to me, but I still, you know, would take those people as my father, my mother, because they've been there for me and they understand me. So that's it. It's more than just DNA and genes, and I'm sure he loves you. And if you love him, just hug it out. And if you want to find out who your dad is, that's totally fine too, because I feel like I would also want to know. Yeah. Oh, okay. So losing a close friend because of COVID-19 and being diagnosed positive also. So this is it for a lot of people that feel like COVID-19 is not real. Because I see a lot of you guys are not wearing your masks. So I don't understand how you come or you go out, you party, you club, no sanitizer, no protection, nothing whatsoever. Well, me, I like initially when this thing started, I will not even lie to you, I was not really paranoid because everybody were really paranoid, and I feel like, oh yeah, everybody's going to be very cautious, everybody's going to be taking this thing, so I'ma just chill a little bit. And then when they got comfortable, I'm like, now this is the time I get to, get up and put everything and make sure that I'm, sanitizing, doing all of the necessary precautions, because I mean, this, irrespective of the fact that a lot of you are saying it doesn't kill, but now you can hear somebody say she lost someone she loves basically because of COVID-19, and she's also positive. So please, can we all try to ensure that we, take necessary precautions to avoid infecting others and even infecting ourselves? Please, 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 please. COVID is real, as in shit is real, man. So this person is actually funny. She said lockdown period and 2020 as a whole was very difficult, but it made me independent and confident. I also realized that long distance relationship is what's best for me and my family. Lord. Okay, yeah, I feel you. I feel like even me and my mom, I feel like, where, like just our typical Nigerian African mothers, like you do worry, and they'll forget that you're like a grown up and you're an adult. But I mean, that's what mothers do. Like that's why they are irreplaceable. So yeah, I understand what you feel like, you being independent. Maybe you were in school or stuck somewhere and then you had to be on your own, and at that point in time, everybody cherished family. Everybody were calling. I remember calling my family, calling my brothers. You guys stay at home. You guys do this. So yeah, so it had its up and down, but it made people draw closer and made people understand the little things to cherish. Like our families, they are irreplaceable, and even if they annoy us, we love them regardless. So yeah, I feel you, sis. I feel you. A long distance relationship, I feel you. Hey, Edakun, I'm even confused with this. When I thought I was used for ritual, I found it hard to trust even family. You found out you were used for ritual. I'm a bit confused. Like, I'm confused. So, what kind of ritual? To be honest, I don't know. But I'm glad that since you say you thought, it means that you are not actually used for ritual. So, I'm grateful to God for that you were not used for ritual. Okay, so the next one is I had an accident in 2008. I lost my right eye. I've been using prosthetic since then. I kind of stopped being confident. Girl, you don't have to feel less. I mean, I understand that, yeah, you would feel some type of way, but it's not your fault. You had an accident, and then, I mean, like, if people use that to make fun of you, then something is wrong with their head. Like, they are not normal, like at all. I don't even think people have to make jokes about that. Like, that's very insensitive to me, and I don't think it's done. So girl, you are beautiful the way you are. Like, someone out there loves you. I'm sure your family loves you. There are a lot of people that will love you for who you are. Like, they will even see any of your flaws. They will not even notice that you're even using a prosthetic eye. Trust me, like, nobody will even notice it. So just lean towards more of the love and ignore, like, just blank out all this white noise and all this. Just focus on the love. So the next question is finding out I have a genetic disorder called Neurofibromatosis, a rare disease that can be healed. Hold on, let me just kind of Google this. Sorry. Okay, so guys, neurofibromatosis is a condition that causes tumors to form in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. It's usually non-cancerous, so I think that's a good thing. There are 3 types of this condition. Type 1 usually appears in childhood, while type 2 and 3 appear in early adulthood. So I think the first step is thanking God that it's not cancerous. I mean, that's what I can read of it here. I don't know if there's like treatment for it. Okay, so some cases may not require treatment other than careful observation. So I'm actually not a doctor. I don't know a lot of things, you get me. I'm also like, reading online, and most of these things are not actually advisable for you to do. Most things is just, okay, like, now you get the education, you get the information, and you know what it means, but you have to go to the hospital to actually go and get diagnosed and be sure of what you're saying and all of that. But since you say you know it and it can't be healed, I don't know if it can be healed, because right now I'm seeing that there's a treatment. It might also require chemotherapy, radiation therapy, or surgery. So I feel like that can be like is a treatment plan. So you should go see if yours can be healed, and don't rule out any miracles do happen. Just believe in it. I'm really sorry about this. This is the first time ever I'm actually hearing about this ever. Oh, this is so nice. She said, obtaining my master's program, and I'm now aiming to becoming my own boss. Yes, boo. Yes. So proud of you. Wow, that's so nice. Now, this is a guy, and he says, becoming an adult, and when I was laughed for being a virgin, I stood my decision. I am till now. Okuru, brother, I chop knuckle. Well done. So the next one is accepting the fact that I got contaminated with HIV from birth, but realizing it isn't a death sentence. I'm so proud that you were able to realize that it's not a death sentence and it's not your fault, to be honest. So what you can't control, you can't control, trust me, and it's not your fault. And I'm glad that you're living your life, and I pray that God continues to give you the strength. I love you. A lot of people love you. God loves you, and I think that's the most important thing. Your family also loves you, so that should count for something. And yeah, that isn't a death sentence. I'm so proud of you for knowing that. Next is, my dad was terribly sick with a non-cancerous brain tumor, but he's perfectly fine now. Thank God. I'm so grateful and thankful that your dad is fine, and thank God for divine healing. So they said what changed my life was that when my mom died, I was neglected by my father, and it changed me a lot. It's a long story. So I don't think you should really blame your dad. Maybe, he lost his wife, and I feel like he was going through it, you get me? And I feel like you're the only child, because you didn't even state if you had siblings or anything. But the fact that you feel neglected, I'm sure that he was also trying to deal with the pain, and probably he didn't handle it in the best situations, and he didn't know how to handle it. So that would maybe have made you felt he neglected you and all of that, but it's not really his fault. Sometimes we forget that they also lose someone that they love. Like, that was his wife, that was his everything at some point. Doesn't mean that you are not everything to him. It just means that he maybe would take a little bit longer to process it, and at that point in time he might neglect you. He doesn't even know he's doing it unconscious, like he doesn't even know he's doing it, you get me? But it just happens, and I'm sorry about it, and I pray that you and your dad, you guys will amend your love and have everything fixed together. And sometimes you can even walk up to him and be like, that this is how you made me feel. There's so much that communication can do. Like, going to your dad and telling him that I feel like you neglected, like just tell him, like, I feel neglected, I feel like this should have, or this is how you made me feel. And I feel like he's going to understand, and he will explain to you situations, and I feel everything will just, you'll understand why or where he was at that point in time that it happened. My mom's death, I realized that people aren't who they show themselves to be. Yeah. So me, I have my own fair share. If I want to tell my own story, or more in loud, you see, but the truth is, so a lot of people, and I just feel like it's how life is. It's not even a personal something, like it's not even something you should take too deeply to heart, you get me? But when you are alive, a lot of people will be there. When you die, nobody's going to care about your family or how they are surviving or anything. So when you do things for people, just do it because of God, and just don't think that, okay, if you're not around tomorrow, somebody's going to come take care of your family. That's some bloody shit. That's a very, very big lie. Not everybody is that nice. There are still good people in the world who remember the good deeds that people did for them and go back to, say, oh, okay, thank you, and this thing. And there are some people that just forget, and it's normal. It's not anybody's fault, you get me? But one thing I've come to understand is, while you're alive, while you're still here, I feel like your family is one priority that you should have, because at the end of the day, when you are no longer here, your children, they will suffer. trust me, when you are not here, because bruh, your kids, do not put them through that. Just don't. That's I understand what you're saying, my dear. I do understand. Handling depression and the fact that my parents don't even understand what I'm going through. So depression is when people say it, and when, like, for example, when you're having a conversation with an adult and like a teenager is like, I'm going through depression, they'll be like, what are you thinking about? How old are you? But truth is, everybody goes through some point, or a point in their life where they are depressed about certain things. It could even be just about growing up. It could be different things that people get depressed about. Not just, some people just always relate everything to finances. Sometimes it's not finances. And the fact that you did not get depressed about it at that stage doesn't mean that another person getting depressed when they are 13 or 12 or 10, they are crazy. No, they are not. Their feelings and how they feel is very valid. Depression is real. Like, I cannot overemphasize the importance of mental health. It is important, and if somebody tells you they are depressed, it's not just because of clout or just because they need attention or just because, it's because they are actually depressed. And if you know what's good, you either refer them to people like My Paddy app. My Paddy app is an app that allows you to actually talk to counselors, doctors, therapists. They have the qualified people to help you out. So if you feel like you are sick, if you feel like you don't know what to do, you need somebody to talk to, and for example, like you, that you are feeling like your parents don't understand you well, over in My Paddy, they understand you, and they have lots of counselors on board to chat with you, to talk to you, and I feel like that would help you. So if you need somebody to talk to, just send a DM to My Paddy on Instagram, or download the My Paddy app and start talking to a doctor today. I love you, and I'll pray for you, and I hope that you find that help you need, and whatever is making you depressed, I pray that God just finds a way to help you and heal you. Being with a toxic and a fearful father, it changed my life while I was young. I became so distant and scared of so many things, and I think my dad's behavior was actually influenced by alcohol. So I understand how having an alcoholic father or an alcoholic parent can maybe change your life. We've seen, apart from movies, we've also maybe had friends or people that would complain about how some things go in their houses and all of that stuff. So I do understand how you feel, but the truth is, the fact that you learned from it, I pray that you become much better for your kids, and you do not turn out to be an alcoholic person too, because at least you saw how that spoiled your relationship with your dad. You saw how that affected you as a person, and I feel like that is one of the beauty of life, is that sometimes you get to watch and learn. Instead of you picking up some terrible habits, learn how it made you feel at that point in time, and do not put your own kids through that situation. You get me? So if you feel like you felt neglected, if you feel like you were so scared of him, if you feel like he was toxic, then do not be that person. Be better. Be that better man in your child's life. I hope that you'll be a great dad. I know you'll be a great dad. So going through all of my questions and answers, I can see that a lot of people have lost their mom, and because I'm just saying there are so many questions I'm skipping, and trust me, I understand how all of you feel, and saying sorry doesn't even take away half of the pain. And they say time heals everything, but that's just what they say. It doesn't heal. You just get to learn how to handle pain more and how to deal with it. And I pray that God just keeps healing you and giving you the strength to keep carrying on, all of you. Okay, so another person said being diagnosed with bipolar disorder this year. So do not let it define you. Do not let it just be your reality. It doesn't mean that that's a death sentence, you get me? And all of these things can be worked on. Making conscious effort to also understanding yourself and letting people around you also know, what triggers, what you can do to avoid being triggered. I feel like that will help you. Okay, next one is my dad didn't let me school abroad because his late father told him in a dream not to let me. I prayed to God about it and he told me my purpose was to study law in Nigeria and I regained myself. I'm glad that you know that. I'm glad, like, it's a good thing that you were able to talk to God about it and you got that understanding, and I feel like that's the beauty of it. So yeah. Okay, so the next one is not gaining admission for 3 years back to back despite getting good grades each year. It made me believe that this isn't time, and when my time comes, God will do it. Yes, hon, God will do it for you. I had like a friend that I know wasn't in school for like about 4 years or so, and once she entered school, she got good grades, she graduated, and in fact, people that had graduated before her didn't even get a job, and she got a job and she's working, like she's living her best life. So it's not who starts first. It's not who starts first that determines the finish line. It's just your grace is different. Your God, your grace, your life, your light, everything is different. You are not that same person. That's why all our fingers are not equal, because we are not the same people. So how God has mapped out your life to be is it's different from another person's own. So there was a reason why you stayed at home for 4 years. Maybe you had to understand certain things. Maybe you had to learn certain things before going into school. Or there were so many things that in fact, God was trying to make you avoid. What if you had gone to school and they were killing or caught? There's so many things that happen. So just look at every situation. For everything happening in your life, there has to be a reason why that happened. And that's how life works. So this is another person that said, being home for almost 8 years after high school, I became antisocial. So I understand, like, even I think I did a year plus at home, and I didn't get admission into university. I mean, I think that was around the time I lost my dad and all that. So, but that delayed my university regardless, and I know how that made me feel. I was so sad. I mean, all your friends at university, they were already posting uni pics, campus pictures, and they already moved these girls, and you were just at home doing nothing, watching TV. In fact, even TV will even get too tired. Even going online will make you depressed, because you are seeing them posting in their campus, they are doing this with their new friends and everything, and they don't even have your time again. The people that you were parties with, they don't even have your time again. So I understand how you feel. But the funny thing is, now looking at my life now and looking at that time, that point in my life where I felt like everything wasn't, So I feel like when people graduate from high school, this is to everybody in SS3 that has graduated. I'm sure I have fans and people that always watch, and you guys are young and you get to make decisions. You want to go to school, you want to go and be a medical doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a banker, you want to be an architect. I mean, these are the 4 courses that, if you are not in them, you are not in school, you don't have an education, you want to kill yourself, you want to enter those courses. So my advice now would be, generally, I don't even think after high school, now this is my own opinion, Biko, please, I don't think after high school you should just jump and go into a university. Now this is my reason. I feel like sometimes you take courses without understanding what you're going into. So had I known, if I would do something different, that 1 year, my advice would be, I should have maybe done an A-level, like just done A-levels, or do something else, you get me? Even if it was for me to go on for computer training, for me to learn something different, use that time to research, use that time to find out what it is my passion is, and then figuring it out and going exactly to the line or to the point where I feel like this is what I want to do, and then I go for a course that relates to what I want to do. Most times you find people doing courses that they don't relate to, and after that they feel like, oh, okay, I wasted my time, I did this. Sometimes it's not wasting your time. Yeah, you needed that, you learn your mistakes and lessons. But I personally feel like if I do have a child, I'm going to let that person know that you don't have to rush to go into university, you get me? You could have that 1 year to use it to reflect, you could use it to research, you could use it to even ask most of your friends that have even, like, in school now, and ask them how their first year was, understand what it was, and then you make that decision to go to school, you get me? So just at the end of the day, let it be because you have passion for what you want to do, and not because they make engineering sound cool, you think you want to just go fit in. Don't be because they make law fit cool, you want to just go and become a lawyer. Like, University is not easy, it's hard, and it's not like what they'll tell you, like it's a different ball game. So you want to make sure that what you do at that point in time, you know what you're doing, and that's just it. So I now back to this person's question before I over deviate. So staying at home 8 years, I understand how you feel and how that would have affected your social life and everything, because you really didn't have friends. Most of your friends would have graduated, in fact, as of 8 years. But there is always that blessing in disguise you don't see coming. There's always going to be a reason, like I say, for everything that happens. Maybe you are that blessing to even most of them that you don't even know. And 8 years, yes, might look like a long time, but there are courses for 2 years or 1 year when you get an admission, and there are so many things that can happen. I really don't know, but I feel like, okay, you could even reach out to me and let's even look for something. Even it doesn't even, like, there are short courses, there are online courses. You don't have to be like, school premises and all that. There are so many online courses, there are scholarships and so many things that you could actually go browse about, and you will find them online. And there are some schools that you even don't have to pay like full tuition fee. So many things. Education now is much better compared to like 5-7 years ago. I hope this helps you. And if you have any other suggestion for this person, please let's help this person and let's understand what this person is saying and how this person feels. Thank you. So this person said, sidelined to work in a less regarded department, changed my attitude to it, and God applied grace. I am so happy that God applied grace in your life and you change your attitude towards it, and that's good. So I have a lot of people saying they stayed home for a year, because they failed one course, because they did this. I stayed home for a year. In fact, I'm not even done with school yet. I still want to go to school and everything, but they just know that there's always a reason why certain things happen in your life. Sometimes it's for good, sometimes again it could just be like, oh, God has forgotten you. And nothing beats you having a communication with God or talking to God. When I say this thing, I say go to God, even about the little things. Go to God in prayer. Like even when you're having acne on your face, I'm telling you guys, it works. You get me? When I'm confused, when I'm sad, I talk to God about it, and at the same time I confide in people that I want to confide in. But you not going to school, you not going to university immediately after high school is not a sin. It's not even death sentence. Well, it is okay, it is fine. Do you understand this? And like I said, for me personally, I don't even think I would advise people to just jump into school immediately after high school. I think that 1 year is needed for you to actually stay at home and reflect. Don't quote me wrong, now my own opinion for me, based on how now I have looked at my own life. If I was to advise my younger self of 15 or 16 when I finished school, that is what I would have told myself. Do you understand me? When I finished high school, that's what I would have told myself. I should have used that 1 year to actually really research and find out what I myself love, not because of, most times we try to live the reality of our parents. We try to make their dreams come true and not make our own dreams come true. So there's a different thing to find out what your dreams are and what your parents' dreams for you is. So when you get to differentiate these things and you learn those things, it makes you much happier, and you don't compare your life to other people, and your life is different. I hope this helps everybody, and I love you guys. If you still need more advice, you can talk to me, but most importantly, go and check out my party. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. I remain your girl, Diane Rosset, baby girl for life. Mwah.